Greetings, and welcome to Caribbean Vanguard. Welcome to Caribbean Vanguard. I'm a bit under the weather, however, we're going to push through with this. I have a lot of that I would like to talk about. However, I'm going to try to keep this on the 10 minutes, and whatever else I need to say, I'm going to put it in another video. There's no need to stretch anything out because we have a lot of serious things to deal with. Right now, before I get into this, now I've seen a lot of things. I realize that a lot of people are taking sensitive situations and making it a hustle. Okay, making it a hustle, turn it into an entertainment. They're getting paid from it. Okay, and it is very upsetting. It is disappointing because it shows me that these people are nothing but selfish, only care about filling their pocket. Okay, they're about filling their pocket at the detriment of our society. We have a unique situation to deal with, and that is why I don't care for the entertainment aspect of it. I mean, there's enough people to deal with that. Okay, so if I choose to talk about something, it's because I see some craziness happening and we need to deal with it. So anyone who have a message that is for the community to make it better, I'm not critical on who that person is. Bring the message to me. We can talk about it. Let's dissolve this stuff because we have to start getting serious today. Everything is not a joke, everything is not a comedy, right? So with that said, let's get into this right here. So, the black man, the Caribbean man, the diaspora, you have a situation, we have a situation to deal with, and the situation is unlike any other community have to deal with. Okay? Sure, there are people in the Pacific Islands, the Filipinos, the people in Samoa, Hawaii, and so forth, the men there, a lot of them have to deal with something similar as well. Okay, so this in a sense applies to everyone in this type of situation, right? If a man is going to come to your community, okay, first of all, there's a role that men play, there's a role that women play. Historically, even if you're living, it doesn't matter where you live, you can be living on the West, you can be living in the Middle East, in Africa. Men has a primary role that they play. When you go to places, certain jobs, there are certain jobs where you will see more men, and there are certain jobs where you see more women. Example, if you go to the bank, if you go to a DMV, if you go to a hospital, you go to more of those type of secure jobs, right? You see mostly women. If you go to a job that has to do with construction, working out in the coal, mine, going into mines and doing stuff like that, you mostly see men, right? So those things hasn't changed much. Same applies to running a community. Running a community. So if any other men come into your community or your culture and decide to take away your purpose, you allow them to take away your role as a man to your children, to your woman, to your community, then along with that, going to go the respect that you own naturally by doing these things, right? So a lot of us accepted the help. People come to us with a smile and offer all this help, and we see it as a form of good gesture. But you don't realize, well, we don't realize in many cases, this is an act of war. It is an act of war, and that is why we as men in the community have to step back and be like, hey, I appreciate this help, but this is something we have to fix. And if you're going to help us, maybe it's from this angle here. Okay, because it is critical, it is important that our children see us fixing the situations, right? And because the thing about it, a lot of this does not surface until there's a heated discussions and stuff, or when you go on these internet chats and stuff like that, then they push it in your face and let you know, ask you, what are you building in your community? And even your woman himself, even our own woman going to throw it in our face and do that. Your own children going to do that. Okay? The pressure is not on women to do that. Okay? And the fact that the woman is who raising the children in our community, right? The fact that a woman is who raising the children, then the boys is not going to grow up with that mentality of protector or provider or someone who builds, right? What the boys end up doing is the same thing the women do, right? But naturally, by nature, they still, in a sense, navigate a lot of time to men type of work, okay? But it doesn't go beyond that. Because all we do is end up building up another man's house, make his house more strong. We take our great ideas and we put it into their house, and then we settle there. So we stop building. Okay? So from the time of Marcus Garvey and all the wonderful things that these men did up until, let's say, the 60s, nothing else have been done. There's a lot of individualistic approaches to things, where someone start a business here, but there's no connection, there's no community connect with it, and that is something that we need to fix in the Caribbean, and the diaspora as well need to fix it. Okay, but I think it's great if we can focus on our areas, certain areas, right? We can focus on other places as well, but do not neglect home. Never neglect home, right? That is something we need to not do. Okay, because once we move out, others are going to move in. So we need to work with us. Okay, so bottom line of this video is, we need to rebuild our identity. Right? It has been co-opted. There are many people who we've sent so many people abroad for education, to get educated, and because they have such a loose sense of self, they come back with a corrupt thought, and they totally destroy the movement, and their whole goal is to make what we have, our culture, a part of something bigger that belongs to someone else. It has nothing to do with us creating our own home. So unless we can get these people's mind to change, with a lot of it is not going to change, because they believe they know what they know and no one can teach them anything, then we're going to have to start building from scratch. And I feel that is sometimes the fastest way to get things done, to build things from scratch. Some cars we simply need to throw them in the trash. Some houses need to be bulldozed. Some people need to simply be taken out of the way and ignored, right? And then we rebuild from scratch. Okay? So anyway, with that said, be blessed, and then I'll catch you on the flip side.